kuri timu yiwe iri inyuma yiwe bazanye bari gufashanya muri urugendo bafitanye mu Rwanda. Ashara kuri umuntu wese uri inyuma y'ibi bintu. Ntabwo byari bisanzwe kubona umuhanzi mu Rwanda akora event, ukabona umuhanzi, abahanzi babiri cyase genge gusa abantu murateguye event mugize abantu bashyigikira bingana gutya. Ntabwo bisanzwe bibaho. Dusanzwe tuzi ko event ari zaba EAP n'abandi baji bose nibo bakora ama event gusa. Rero iyo tubonye nkatwe ashoboye kugira idea nk'iyi, igitekerezo nk'iki kikagira abagishyigikira bangana gutya, bitwereka yuko ejo bizaba ari byiza kurusha uyu munsi. It's such a pleasure kuri twebwe kandi we appreciate the love. Ikintu navuga ejo ni shutdown wa Ycee apulapinze. Dufite n'abandi bahanzi nuko batari aha ngaha, harimo King, Kenny K Shot, Logan Joe, dufitemo abantu batari aha ngaha, harimo Bushari, harimo Betray, Kenya Trap yose yapulapinze big time, harimo France umukobwa, ntago abakobwa nabo twari kubasiga inyuma. Ikindi nuko mwese muratumiwe, everybody is invited, izaba ari pull up, don't you miss this one. God bless.
Ikintu kumenya cyakiriye no kugaya ni byiza byatumye nyuma yaho nitekerezaho ndavuga ati ariko se ko wa mugani tubona opportunity zo kuririmbana n'abandi bahanzi, dushobora kubona na opportunity zo kubazana kandi tugakora, sibyo? Uyu muvandimwe rero uyu nguyu mubona yaje kudushyigikira kuko nicyo twe turi kubona. It's not only business niki, ariko uyu muvandimwe yaje kudushyigikira. Cyo cyambere ndabashimiye mwebwe yuko namwe mwaje kudushyigikira. So ikindi kintu ndashimira management yanjye ariyo Evolve Music kuko yemeye ko ino deal tuyikora kubwo kugira ngo twese duhuze hamwe dukora ikintu bita industry night. So it's somehow ibintu biri unusual yuko mubona abantu biteguriye party nk'iyi ngiyi bagafuwinga umuntu akaza bagakora ikintu cyiza. So nimba mugiye kudushyigikira ndabashyigikiye nanjye kandi n'ukuri ndishimiye kuba muri hano. So ibindi numva gashaka kubabwira iki kintu kiri ku mutima. So merci kuri buri muntu wese waje aha ngaha, kuri buri muntu wese bagize uruhare. Aba bose yabavuze Ycee ni byiza, ariko nanone iki kintu cyo gushyira hamwe ndabashimiye ko mwagishyigikiye.
Man, murakoze cyane. So ngiye ikintu nashimira cya mbere ni kubera ko ndi hano n'ubundi ino event ntabwo nari nzi ko nshobora kuzaperformingamo. Biranshimishije cyane kubona bano batipe bari kuzamura music, ukabona abahanzi nabo batangiye gukora event imeze gutya nk'ukuntu Ycee yabivuze. Kera ntabwo ari twe twakoraga event. So birashimishije cyane. Ngiye nkabashimira abanyamakuru bari hano, nkabashimira nk'abakoze mo hano aba journaliste abafashije bino bintu byose biri kuba. Ariko ikintu nababwira ibintu biri kujya imbere kandi bimeze neza cyane. Murakoze cyane.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here in Rwanda for the first time. And, I know that this trip is something I should have made a very, very long time ago, but, I say better late than never. And, big shout out to Kevin, big shout out to Gabiro, shout out to, everyone that's been hosting me so far. It's been chilled. I've been enjoying my time here. And, I just want to thank you guys as well, the press, for making our time to come out here and speak to us. And, I'm really, really, really looking forward to, tomorrow, looking forward to me and my fans out here in Rwanda. And ultimately just, like partying and having a good time with you guys. So, thank you for having me. And yeah, it's gonna be lit tomorrow. Like turn over, turn left, like I've been saying the entire time, from the 234 to the 250. And it's all love, yeah.
I'm Taekwondo, I'm working on TV10. I have some couple of questions to ask you for Ycee. The first question that I would ask you some hours ago was your mother's birthday. First, what do you think, like some words about your mom? What do you do to us about your mother and the meaning of your mother in life? Because I saw your post, a lot of words. Tell us a little couple of words about your mom.
Yeah, thank you. That's very, very thoughtful. Today is my mom's birthday. She turns 63 today. And, you know, I lost my dad at a very, very young age. And my mother has had to play the role of both, you know, mother and father. And one of the things that really, really stands out about my mom is, you know, the support she gave me when I told her, like, you know, this is what I wanted to do. And, you know, as Africans, we all, like, I think everybody in this room understands when, you know, the dream your parents usually have for you is, you know, either you're a doctor, lawyer, engineer, banker, you know, any of these conventional careers. So when you like say, oh, mommy, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an artist, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a DJ, you know, there's a bit of hostility that comes with it. But, you know, my mom has been very, very supportive of my music career. You know, she listens to my music before, like a lot of times I send her music before it comes out. You know, I think one of the major problems she has is me swearing and saying certain words on it, but she's very, very supportive. And, you know, I wouldn't wish for anyone else to, you know, be my mother. And I say it a lot that I have the blood of my mother flowing in me because, you know, the man I am today is as a result of the upbringing I received. And, you know, she's the only woman I've ever fallen in love with that didn't break my heart. You know, so, I mean, like, my mom is everything. Like, she's the reason why I go as hard as I go. So, you know, thank you for bringing that up. I really appreciate it.
Well, in this game of music, thank you.
So, yeah, like I've been mentioning earlier, like right now, you know, I'm working on my second album. It's supposed to be dropping around the last quarter of this. And, you know, with regards to the recognition and the success of Nigerian music, I feel like it's something every Nigerian artist has been working towards. So in a way, I would like to believe that, you know, we sort of saw it coming. And, you know, a big shout out to a lot of the artists that have paved the way for the success that a lot of the present artists are enjoying, you know, the likes of the Fela, King Sunny Ade, D'banj, Two-Face. These are people that at a level when a lot of artists now that are enjoying this current international recognition, you know, when we were still like very young, these are the people that, you know, were making the music that was already crossing borders. And, you know, like I said, a lot of Nigerian artists, we move around a lot, you know, and I think that this is a habit that I want to see, you know, not just Nigerian artists, but also artists across the continent. This is a habit that, you know, everyone should engage in because it's one thing to put out music and it's another thing to be present on a global level as your music is progressing. You know, so a lot of the success we're enjoying now is, you know, as a result of like the early years when Ycee first started out. You know, Ycee would be in the UK, he would be in East Africa, other parts of Africa, you know, so with every trip you make is one fan game, even if it's just one person, you know, so there's as long as you're putting out music, you know, you have to be present with your music as it's traveling across the border. You know, I know the amount of opportunities that my music has created for me, even outside the field of entertainment. You know, so it just goes to show that as hard as you're working in the studio, as hard as you're working within your city, within the country you're from, you know, don't forget that the music is now at a point where your next fan that could be on just one click away. So, you know, you have to be present, you have to get on the road, you have to visit, you have to take your music, just treat it like you're a pastor that's spreading the gospel. You know, you have to be out there and you have to make sure that the word is heard. So that's, you know, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. The first thing that came to my mind when, you know, my management told me, oh, we're going to Rwanda, you know, I was like, yeah, finally, you know, about time. Because, like, Rwanda is somewhere that I've traveled through a lot of times. Like, I think when I was going to Uganda and Kenya, you know, we flew Rwanda Air. And it's like every time I'm landing, I'm like, you know, I wonder like when am I going to visit the city? You know, when am I going to visit the city? And I mean, when the opportunity came, like, you know, shout out to Ish Kevin, we have a massive, massive record that's going to be coming out next week when his EP, Trappish 2, drops on the 25th. And, you know, the fact that, like, we made music together, the opportunity came, like, it just felt like everything was falling in place at the right time. So it's one of those things where, you know, I was just like, before they told me, like, the specifics, I was just like, yes, you know, I'm ready, let's go, let's go, let's go. And, you know, I'm glad to be here. And, like, it's been a massive thing because, like I said, it's something that I should have done a long time ago. So, you know, I'm just glad to be here right now.
urakoze cyane. Nibyo Skol tumaze iminsi dukorana tubafasha mu kwamamaza inzoga nshyashya Pulse, ariko bigeze kuri iyi event sinzi niba ari ikibazo cy'igihe cyaba cyarabaye cyangwa se timing itari nziza, ntabwo nzi uburyo byaba byaragenze, ariko ntabwo imikoranire yabashije kugenda neza.
ikibazo babajije ni cyiza, so ikintu nakivugaho rero, turimo turakora Skol turakorana nyine nibyo, ariko ntabwo namenya ngo nyine byagenze gute, wenda mwazababaza nabo, ariko twifuzaga kubabona nanone bari on board, ni byiza kandi turacyakomeza no gukorana nabo. So ariko iri ni itangiriro, nicyo kintu navuga, ni itangiriro kandi ku bintu byose navuga natwe kuri twebwe, so navuga ngo aheza imbere niho heza tu. Yego.
Good evening, everyone. It's my turn now to welcome all of you to Hotel Villa Portofino. Feel welcome. And about the question you asked, us as Portofino Hotel, you see we have enough space, so we were thinking of every month we shall be hosting local artists or DJs around this place each and every month. So we started last month, I think, I don't know, some of you were here last month. So this one came earlier than we had planned. So it's a plus for us. So you are always welcome to Portofino. Everything is working now. Swimming pool is there. Restaurants working. You can have barbecue anytime. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Afishe ya Love and Drunk hari I mean nyuma yo kwisohora, umuhanzi Negji the General yagaragaje ko atishimiye line-up igomba guperforminga kuri uyu wa gatandatu. Hanyuma avuga yuko aramutse anahegereye cyaba akamutiza bombe yayihashyira. Hanyuma ese nukubera iki mwashyizemo aba Trappish gusa nimushyiremo abandi baraperi kandi abo biyumvamo ko ari abaraperi? Icyo kintu cyamurakaje ubundi. Yes.
Urakoze cyane. Urakoze cyane. Ni ukuvuga ngo niba ari pati nk'iyi ngiyi nk'uko mwabibonye, abantu bose bari on board ni nka family, ni abantu n'ubundi dusa ni family actually. Ndabeshya Bertrand, ni family. Rero icyo gihe iyo ugiye gukora nuze pati ntabwo wafodinga abantu mudasanzwe muhuza mu bikorwa, wafodinga abantu bari bukorohere kubona, ba bantu bari around yawe, bari abantu rero nibo banzengurutse, abantu bari kuri iriya line up nibo bantu banzengurutse, kandi ntabwo abantu bari kuri line up ari twebwe gusa cya Trappish gusa yabahisemo, harimo abahanzi bandi benshi cyane batari aba Trappish. Rero kuba atarisanzemo azisanga mu y'ubutaha inshallah.
So yeah, you know, I think this is, a lot of people have been asking me these questions, but you know, big shout to Kevin, big shout to Gabiro. We actually have, you know, set up a studio here at the Portofino, so we've actually been vibing. And you know, last night, like, I got to meet some of the other artists that are on the lineup, Logan Joe, you know, and there's a Kumbi, you know, and even this afternoon, what's the artist I saw on your Kenny K show, yo? You know, shout out to him. Like, I saw his new video, you know, it's crazy. And I mean, it's not even just like the artists, the producers as well, you know, take a beat, but make a baby. You know, so yeah, I'm tuned in, you know, I'm just trying to like see what the sound in Rwanda is like, you know, make some music for myself, collaborate with the artists as well out here, because, you know, I'm still here till next week, you know. So yeah, it's not just that, you know, I just came for the event, I'm leaving. You know, Freeman, there might be plans that will extend. Okay? Freeman, shout out to Freeman. You know, so I mean, yeah, I'm just like, I'm trying to just tap into, you know, the Rwandan scene as well, and just see, you know, what the vibe is like out here. And, you know, I just want to give props to a lot of the guys that are doing their thing right now, because, you know, I'm made to understand that a lot of these young guys are doing this all by themselves with very little to no support. And it's going a long way. So just imagine what's going to happen when they're able to have, like, you know, the right financial support, the right marketing support, and, you know, spread beyond Rwanda. So, you know, like, please, 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 everyone that's, you know, having a chance to watch this, if you have the means to, you know, support these guys and give them the necessary boost, it will benefit the entire Rwandan populace at the end of the day. You know, so it's going to be a situation when they're mentioning, like, the South Africans, the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, you know, Rwanda should be very much in the conversation, you know, so yeah.
Ikibazo warubajije ni cyiza, nakigusubiza mu Kinyarwanda nta kibazo. Ni nabyiza ko ukibajije. So mbere twaricaye n'ubundi, sinzi nimba mwana nabibonye, twahinduye izina byabanje kugira, ariko impamvu handitse Love Drunk Party nuko ari EPA yasohoye. So he also needs ko nyine na music ye na gahunda ze bihuriramo ko, kandi so it's spiritual, it's mutual, ni feelings nanjye nakwifuza, sibyo? So rero iri zina ku bantu bari kutwumva n'abari hanze, iri ni izina rijyanye bagende ba streaming iyi EPA, niyo latest EPA, kandi ari gukora music iri top. Jewe twicaranye nawe mo haramo imbere kuko tumaranye igihe kinini, yasabye studio akigera hano, we yatwumvishe beat zirenga nk'ijana, kandi we nukuvuga ngo zirenga sa, sibyo? So rero ikintu navuga, so natwe iyo turi muri business gutya, we are networking, so it's spiritual, no muri spiritual cyane, kandi n'umuntu ufata music nk'ibintu biri serious. So rero yeah, sure.